Hey, good morning. Don Dyer here from my basement workshop. Well, in my last episode talking about rotating belts off the set to get machines running better, I got addicted to doing something down here using a table saw, and I whipped out a screen door for my back door. I hadn't made a screen door before, so I thought I'd do the back door first, and I used some really nice cedar, and I'll tell you, this thing's strong. It's going to be really nice. Now I got to put the screens in it, right? Well, anyway, I thought I'd show some of the stuff that I do down here, and I tell you what, having that machine shop in the garage out there is really handy. So let's have a look around at some of the stuff I'm up to, and I'll show you something on the bench here. I'll have to reset the camera here. Okay, this is a piece of mesquite that Ron and Carla sent me from Texas. And I'm not really very familiar with this wood, but it's heavy. It's really heavy. Almost like the African woods. Now, what this is a Stanley number 82 cabinet scraper. And they had a special little blade for this that kind of has a hook in it, and it's carbon steel, and it doesn't hold up very long, and especially what I'm going to do here. So instead of using the original blade, I'm going to use DeWalt carbide edge utility blades. Now, what I found is best to do, there's a clamp, is to take and round the corners off here. Otherwise, they'll dig into the wood. And it takes it right off. Okay, now I'm going to put this in there. And this just clamps it. I'm going to have it protrude just about that far. Whoop. Get that to drop out again. Tighten that up a little before I put it in. Got to handle it carefully. Somewhere right about there. Hope you could see that okay. Yeah. You got to get it really tight. Now this thing's adjustable, and I have it adjusted for, I don't know, what's that, about 5 degrees, and that's all the way, kind of a hook there. And you could make something like this, and I'll start working it, and we'll see how it does on this wood. Okay, let's get back a little bit here. Get that clamp I just knocked loose out of the way, and we'll start at this end here. Maybe I should get a little bit closer. Hope you're all doing well. Yeah, that should be good there. Tighten this up. Okay, I'm going to start here. I'll start working it and see how it does. See what it's leaving here? That doesn't get in the air like sanding it. And I don't know about the toxicity of this wood. But usually the harder the wood is, the more toxic it is. See, none of this is getting in the air, and it's not tearing it. Now, I'm noticing the grain on this, I believe, waves in and out, making it difficult to work. But not with this. You can work it all directions. Yeah, see this? Oh, we gotta push the blade in. I'm bearing down on that pretty hard. See, that's looking pretty good. I got some other things going on in the basement here. I'll show you. Get that in there without cutting myself. Leave it protrude a little bit more. Now, a regular utility blade would be totally dead by now. Okay. I'm anxious to see just how this wood's going to look. It's got quite a bit of figure in it. See, a light's going across. Getting the saw marks out now. A little different than straight metal. Now, this was more common a long time ago. Scraping. They didn't really have abrasive sandpapers like that. Now, this is some real tough wood. I'm going to get on the other side here. That's how you're looking, yeah. Knock more stuff over this way. Now this is mostly going against the grain. I can feel it. Let me get that corner there. Kind of going diagonal. Then you can hold it at an angle like this. And that gets it a little bit better finish. You see, I'm skewing it and pulling it straight back. Okay, let's have a quick look at that. And I can take a little paper towel here. You use water, but I just happen to have these mineral spirits handy. Kind of get an idea of what the wood will look like with a finish on it. How about that? Doesn't that look nice? Thanks, Ron and Carla. Now, the way I'll work this, I think, is I'll do a finish on it, like that, and then I'll cut it with the bandsaw. Maybe more like veneer or thin sides to something. Okay, I'll show you something else. One thing I like about woodworking is the projects go sometimes quite a bit faster than metalworking. I got a little project out there, it just takes a bunch of time, and it's just a small thing in the machine shop. But here, I can kick out a screen door from raw materials, as I bought this from the local hardwood shop, this cedar here. And I bought that wood quite a long time ago, but that's screen door's about 30 bucks worth of wood, probably 60 bucks now, huh? Well, anyway, over here, I showed that mesquite that Ron and Carla sent, and I got thinking, well, I got some other real cantankerous wood, and I got a big pile of it there. And what it is western maple that was milled about 70 years ago to this form. I mean, it's old and it's hard, and I'll show you. It wants to warp. You can see all the boards have some cup to it like that, and it's quite a trick getting that cup out and making something usable. And that's why we got that wood cheap. Well, anyway, I'll set this over here and show you something I made. And this is a wood case made out of western maple. And because it wants to twist and everything, I cut it and then flipped it around and glued it back together. So it's laminated. And this is about an 1/8 inch thick here. It's really quite thin. And it's a case for an antique. Have a look at it. You can see how it's actually even in random sizes because I was cutting out imperfections. And then I reverse it, flip it, and just kind of look at the wood as I was cutting it and watching how it was warping. And this case is held up well and it's strong. You can stand on it. So let's look at what's inside this wood case. You can't buy a wood case like this. You have to make it. An antique. Here it is. How about that? I like that. Okay, back to some other things. That mesquite looks good, doesn't it? Hey, I cut the tenons for that screen door there on this machine here. This is commonly called a shaper, but this one here is a little different, and they call it a spindle moulder. Now this one has a support, a bearing support for the top of the arbor here. It's an 1.25 inch arbor, non-changeable. And it's got a bearing here that fits in that taper there to steady it. And it's designed for this overhead to be used full time. So the one thing about these machines here is they're scary. And you won't see a whole lot of people willing to show anything on these. It's just this is the machine that's gonna hurt you in one way or the other. But I've done some research on it, And you can use devices like this tenoning clamp. It's invented in Germany, and this one was copied unmercifully by me and actually improved from the Egner tenoning clamp. This one's larger, heavier, and I got another one in pieces over there I'm putting together. But you can keep your hands away from the cutters doing a lot of operations by having this device. And it works like this too. And that's how I had it, cutting these tenons. Lock the wood into here, then cut those tenons running across there. Then I got a fence here that I've been chopping on some of this stuff here. I got a lock miter right there, so I can put cut through inserts in there for added safety and less blowout. I'm going to demonstrate some of this, but not much else woodworking, because no one else is basically doing this stuff. I'll get into that sometime later. Okay, now you guys have a good day, and I'll be back in the machine shop very soon.